Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows. Good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice lead from within. So, guys, forgive me. I just have to because Zoom has changed things around. So, if I'm live, I just have to, like, okay, in my life. I used to be this side. I used to be like next to the camera. I'll just broadcast and see myself, but now it's on the right. So I'm trying to get used to the uh, software and familiarize myself with the changes. I hope you guys had a good weekend. It's Monday today. And as you guys know, when I'm on my own, I'm a love harmonist. If it is your first time here at Ngozi Talk Shows, I am your love harmonist, a matchmaker and psychologist. And I just at Ngozi Talk Shows, we talk about finding your own voice in relationships, in business, in everything in life. Because if you don't have a voice, you can't have you can't live a fulfilling life in your relationship and be happy with your spouse. In order to have a beautiful relationship, to enjoy that life with your spouse, you need to have a voice. In business, you need to have a voice. You need to, when you go to the meetings, you need to walk with confidence. You need to walk in your own lane. You need to speak. You need to learn to have a voice in every area of our lives, guys. We need a voice. You need to be wherever we go. We need that voice. So I never used to have a voice, but I thought I was successful, but I didn't have a voice. I didn't know how to speak and defend myself. I didn't know how to empower myself. Before you can empower others, you need to empower yourself. In my relationship, intimacy relationship with my family as well, I didn't know. With my friends, I didn't know how to communicate my want, my desires. So it's truly, truly important to find your own voice and lead from within. So be a leader in your own voice. Someone that I know, he was like, Nomsa, don't let anyone enter your life and take advantage of you because you don't have a voice. But when I've learned to have a voice, I've realized that I don't have to let anyone enter my life and take advantage of me. So today the topic, guys, is very, very unusual topic, is how to date someone filled with fear and self-doubt. Because when it comes to relationship, dating someone who struggles with fear and self-doubt can deeply rewarding, but requires it requires empathy. It requires patience. So I'm going to share with you tips on how to approach this relationship. And the reason why I choose this topic, whether we like it or not, I know I'm into personal development, whether we like to talk about the subject or not, there are people who are going to come across with people who are in this situation, who are filled with self-doubt, with fear because of their past experiences. So we have to look at that. And that's why I decided, I think the best way is to help you guys. So if you do find yourself in that situation, or if there is someone who is in that situation, so you know how to deal with. Some people, they deal with the situation the wrong way by making that person feel worse. But is really, really important to when you enter a relationship to actually we can't be heroes. We can't help somebody build their lives, but that person, they have to want to find that growth in order for us, because I know we say when we talk about personal development and how empowering others, how to the things to look for in a relationship, we talk about all positive stuff, look for positive stuff. But somehow, people will come across people like this and they might like them. They'll be like, I don't know how, why, but I like this person. I like to date this person. So they might be filled with self-doubt, fear. But sometimes also, uh, God is destiny. God works in so many ways. God may want us to connect with that person. So connecting with that person, meaning we have a part that we need to play, not to fix them, but to help them become the best version of themselves. So you might have to come across with that person that you have to play a part in their lives as a husband or as a wife. So how do you deal with someone who is filled with a self-doubt? So let's dive into the topic, guys. It's a very, very interesting topic. Uh, I know some people may say I wouldn't even select someone. I know that's fine. I wouldn't even select someone with self-doubt. Uh, but we cross paths. No one knows their destiny. Even myself, I don't know my destiny. So some people may go through this self-doubt, fear, filled with fear and self-doubt because of the trauma that contributed to their childhood experiences, or some people their adult experiences, or some people it can be cause. So let's look at the cause first. What are the cause of this self-fear and self-doubt in a relationship? Number one, childhood neglect or abuse. Some people go through pain, they go through trauma in their childhood. And when they do that, guys, sometimes we don't choose who our parents should be, but we go through this pain. Sometimes some people they go through abuse because the child who is meant to take good care of them, they decide to abuse them. The adult who is meant to look after them, they push them away, and they end up being raised by other people. And those people they take advantage, they abuse them or they neglect them. So these people they end up experiencing physically, emotionally, or verbally abuse, or growing up in a neglectful household can severe impact self-worth and create a lasting sense of insecurity. So guys, I don't know everyone's upbringing. I don't know how people were raised, but there are some people who have gone through trauma, who have gone through neglect. Not every parent is an excellent parent. So people go through painful. There are some people who have painful stories. So that person, they have to get married eventually. And that woman or man, they have to meet the love of their lives. But meeting the love of their lives, some people, they go through counseling, but some people, they don't. So that person still has to meet a husband. They still have to have a wife. So what do you do when you find yourself in that situation? This is when this is what the topic is for you, that person. If you find yourself in that situation, some people they go through bullying at school, repeatedly bullying during school in social settings that can lead to feelings of worthlessness, fear, and judgment, reinforcing self-doubt. Some people they get bullied by the teachers, whether you like it or not. I've met children whose life has been destroyed, whose life has been stripped away, whose lives has been changed by authorities whose their job is meant to look after them, but they bully them. My daughter was bullied at school by the teachers whose job was meant to take good care of them. And those teachers, they bullied her. And when I spoke to the head teacher, he couldn't listen to me. The head teacher couldn't listen until I had to do something about it. But that left my daughter with so much pain, no confidence, and it had to cost me money to bring her confidence back. I had to pay private tutor for somebody to give a one-on-one so that my daughter can trust again, because she had lost trust with the studying. So she did not want to do anything. When she goes to school, she was like, everything was like behind, because she lost that energy for her, that hunger to actually study when she goes to school. But then I had to change the school. When I changed the environment, she was okay. So I had to deal with that situation. So there are some people who go through that, and it scars them for the rest of their lives. So these are the people this topic is for. So if you have to date somebody who has gone through bullying, without kids at school, they bully other children. There are kids who go to school because they are being neglected at home. They'll go to school, or they're being bullied at home, and or simply their children will have a wonderful life, guys. They have an amazing life. They have got wealthy parents. They've got everything, but they go to school and they'll bully others. Bullying, it does not mean that you come from a broken home, or you come, even children who are who come from a wealthy family, who have everything at home. But when I mean everything, who have everything, who are spoiled, they will still go to school and they will still bully other kids because they have their own insecurity. So when your child has to go through that, when that child is older, they will have fear, they will have self-doubt, but they will still need to find a man. They will still need to find a woman. So how do we do that? And some people, the cause of fear and self-doubt, it could be abandonment, being rejected or abandoned by caregivers or by their parents who neglect their children, who walk away for their children, so that when they can create a deep-seated fear of intimacy, of failure, fostering doubt, self-doubt in a relationship and other areas of life, like a failed relationship. If someone comes out of failed relationship, past relationship marked by betrayal, when we say betrayal, maybe that person has been cheated on, or that person has been neglected. I myself rejected. I myself been rejected in a relationship. But because I understand, when a man rejects me, it does not mean that there is something bad about me. It doesn't. When somebody rejects you, guys, it means they have some stuff that they need to deal with. So when you are being rejected in a relationship, never ever think that the person that neglects you, they are better than you. Or simply people get rejected because they are not compatible. And when they are compatible, the person that has the guts to take a stand and say, we are not going to live in this painful life. We need to take apart. We need to be apart. And then that can be seen as a rejection. But if you look at it, it's not a rejection. So it's how we give meaning to every situation that we go through life. Sometimes, like myself, I'm beautiful. Somebody might say, who can neglect you? No, I'm saying, yes, I have been neglected myself. I've dated guys who don't know what they want, who are not sure the journey of life, where they want to be in 5 years, in 10 years, and then they opt out. Or simply like this younger generation now, there's laws of social media. People just date somebody to model for them, to take pictures, to go out, have fun. But for me, I don't have that time. When I'm dating a guy, I need to date a guy that knows exactly what they want. And at the same time, I'm a businesswoman. I ain't gonna give up my dreams, guys. Being a businesswoman or businessman is not easy. When you are, every man that has a business can put their hands up. It's not easy. When you enter a relationship and you date somebody who is an entrepreneur, you have to understand what you're putting yourself into. So all these things. So if I date somebody who doesn't understand the journey of being a businesswoman, that it comes with joy, it comes with tears, it comes with so many mixed emotions. Sometimes the business might go glowy, or sometimes the business might not go glowy. So I need a cheerleader. This is why when you have a business, you need a cheerleader. But if somebody cannot stand that life and they walk away, doesn't mean they've neglected you. So sometimes when that happened, people can lose confidence. They can feel betrayed because there were promises that were promised. There were places that were visited. And when that relationship ends, it can feel like a betrayal. It can feel like a broken trust. You grieve like losing. I've lost my father-in-law. He was buried last week. He took part of me with him. So that's what happens when you lose someone, when a relationship, like when things like a relationship fails. So you feel like that the part of you goes away with the other person, but you have to know how to heal yourself. But if somebody doesn't know how to heal themselves, this is when it becomes that person, they get filled with fear. Now they fear entering another relationship. They end up having self-doubt because they don't understand. They're like, is there anything wrong with me? Is there something that I do that is not right in a relationship? They don't understand that things happen. Somehow we meet people and people have to leave us. And that's life. So all these things, if somebody does not understand how the universe works, sometimes we might date people that we are not meant to date. And then when those people go, it may feel like a betrayal. And that can affect that person entering another relationship. But then at the end of the day, that person has to fight their own battles. You can't change somebody or fix anybody. So I just need to make it clear, guys. This topic is not for you to fix your spouse. You are not there to fix nobody. Somebody has to fix themselves. I have to fix myself. No man will enter my life and rescue me. So as long we understand that life is a game, don't expect a woman to enter your life and rescue you. It does not work like that. But there's one thing that works. When you're looking for a woman, you need a cheerleader. You need a woman that will stand by you through thick and thin. You need a man that is a cheerleader that will stand by you through thick and thin, but they are not there to rescue you or to fix you. So that we do understand these two parts. They're not there to fix you. So this topic is for you to understand when you do date somebody who's filled with fear, with the insecurity. People are allowed to have fear. They are allowed to have insecurity, unless if they are like me. If you tell me to have fear, I will ask you why. If you tell me to have insecurity, I'll ask you why. I've been tortured by the Lucifer morning star. So what else is there for me to fear? Nothing. This is how I see my life. If I walk into a boardroom, I'm there to make a deal. Whether I lose or I win, I don't care. And this is how my attitude, Lucifer left me. I don't care. You dump me, I don't care. The reason why I'm saying that is I now understand. He tortured me in a way that I became to understand how the universe is created for us, what we are meant to be, how we are meant to live. In order to find that breakthrough, we have to go through pain. We have to go through joy. For you, when the breakthrough is given to you, in order to find that man, good man to marry you, to say, I do, to say, this is the woman that I've been waiting for, you have to go through trials and tribulations. In order to find that woman that you have to, that man that has you live with for the rest of your life, you have to go through trials and tribulations. But some people don't understand that when they get dumped by some hoochie, some men, they cry. They don't celebrate, they cry. Maybe that guy is dumping you for you to go and find someone better, someone that can take your life to the next level. Maybe that woman is dumping you for you to go and build a better life. But because we don't know, even myself, I didn't know, guys, that's what life is. When things go wrong, I will cry. I used to cry, not like going under the pillow, like cry. No, I will feel sad. I would be like, God, where are you? Do you really exist? I will have this self-doubt in me that why am I living? Why am I the only person? Am I the only person that is having problems? My life will be like, I will start doubting myself. But I came to understand when I was put under human blood sacrifice, I came to understand that there's nothing you can put in front of me to feel the fear rather than God. There is nothing. There is nothing. What else can I fear? I saw my death. So what else can I fear? When Lucifer told me that I'm here to kill you. So what else? If a man says, no, sir, I don't love you, you want me to have insecurity? Hell no, I can't do that. So I'm sharing this story, guys, to understand that we are not here on earth to go to fear when things go wrong, because dating these people that we meet that have insecurity, it means they've gone through similar stories that I have gone through. When I came out from human blood sacrifice, Lucifer came and approached, and he came and said, you know what, I've tried everything to actually destroy you, but I can't. Because whatever he does, whatever he did, he will send somebody to come and belittle me, to cause fear into my life. And I will look at that person and say, who is this person that they come to me? They are causing fear, or they're telling me that my business is not good enough. Are you God? Are you Jesus? That man that came in spirit to save my life, the angel of God, are you him? And I'm like, no, you are not. You don't have a final say in my life. Only God has a final say in my life. Because I failed the angel of God, the love that knows, and the love that I have for you is for eternity, and no one can change it. So if a man comes to me and belittle me, or a woman comes and belittle you, who is that woman that is belittling you? If God can give you that love of eternity, unending love, if he can heal you when you are sick, so why would you feel insecurity? Why would you feel that you are not good enough? But people do feel. So what do we do when we find ourselves in that situation? That's why we are here today, guys. When you find yourself in that situation, we do not judge our girlfriends. We do not judge our wives. We can't rescue them either. We do our best to add value to them. We do our best to empower them. But if they don't want to change, you move on. That's all you can do. If somebody does not want to change, because I didn't create this topic for you to become a rescuer, to risk, or to for people to actually to rescue a woman or a wife or a man. You're not a rescue. You are not there to rescue them. You are there to empower them. A man is a provider. A woman is a provider. A man is an architect. A woman, she's a mentor. When this man come with the ideas, he says, honey, this is the future that I'm imagining. This one, a woman brings that future to reality by mentoring her man. Every successful man has a good woman behind them. Understand that. It's either is their mother, their sister, their friend, or their wife or girlfriend. Every man has a woman who mentors them, who puts them on track. Life may bring challenges, and that man, for that man to succeed, to be where he is, he had to go through trials and tribulations. And this one here, that's her job. That's where she comes in. And that's why many don't get to their glory, because they give up. They give up a relationship, they give up everything, success, and they fall. So I'm sharing this with you guys because going up is not easy. Building a strong relationship is not easy. A foundation in a good foundation in a relationship, it needs someone with empathy, someone who understands, someone who is vulnerable, who will be vulnerable enough to have a voice, someone who has a voice. And that's why we all need to have a voice. We have a voice so we can help others. So this is where you come in. If you date somebody with the insecurity, self-doubt, this is where you come in and you help them. Sometimes things might be they need counseling. So they might need you to support them for them to get counseling. So people might be in a different stages, or sometimes the cause of this is somebody, maybe they've been criticized, growing up in an environment where one was frequently criticized or compared to other people, and They get told that they are not good enough. Parents do that. There are some parents who compare their children. I've got two girls. My children, they try hard to tell me, like sometimes to trying to figure out who do I love the most between them. I always tell them I love them the same. And I've got no favorite in my heart. I don't have a favorite. They are my children. I love them the same. And I know that this one, my older child, is different than my youngest one. I can't compare them, whether academically or anything. I can't compare my children. They are all different. My job is there to support them. But if you find a parents that compare you, like they'll be like, why aren't you like your sister or your brother? Your brother is this intelligent. Like my children are different. Yeah, they're different. Completely different. Their character, their personality, they are completely different. but but they're both academic and they both do the same thing now. So I don't know why. They both do acting, but I never force them. They do dancing, acting. What else do they do together? Violin. They play music together. Actually, they do similar things, but they are so different. Personality-wise, they are so different. My oldest one seems to think she's the intelligent one, and everybody seems to think she's intelligent one. But my intelligence, Mia, I think my youngest one, she's more intelligent. But everyone seems to think is my oldest. So these people are different. So when you grow up to a family where you get compared, like myself, I am the third child in my family. I've got two girls above me. I've got two sisters, older sister. I'm the youngest. With my mom and dad. I'm the last born with my mom and dad, and they remarried and they've got other kids, both of them, seven of us all together. But see, I was always aware that my siblings, we are completely different. My parents never ever compared us, never ever. They never ever compared us to say, be like this one, be like that one, be like that one. They have never ever done that. My dad always say, grow up and be that person. But my dad actually always testified in my life, like say, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be this. What he did was he looked at it in my bloodline, what he was, what my family were. So he would say, one day you will travel around the world, you will do this, you'll be great. And I became exactly like that. But he never compared me with my siblings. He never ever compared my siblings, but some parents, they do that. They compare their children to against each other, and that it makes a child, when they grow up, they think that they are not enough, but they are enough. They are enough. So when you do date somebody like that, they need to feel loved. They need to know that they are good enough, but they themselves have to feel that they are good enough, because you can't make someone feel that they are good enough. Themselves, they have to feel that first, in order for them to receive the love that they are given by you. So this is when you have to support that person, and supporting them, or sometimes they have unresolved trauma. That's why it causes that. So how do you support somebody like that is filled with the insecurity, self-doubt? Communicate with that person openly. Foster an environment where your partner feels safe to express their insecurities. and listen to them without going into judge mode. Acknowledge their feelings without you judging them, because I used to, when somebody come to me and speak to me, it's either I used to go straight to judge that conversation, but now I don't. I have to ask myself, when somebody speaks to me about something, or they confide in me about something, I have to ask myself, why is this person telling me this? And then I have to react to them so that they understand. My body language, it will be, I hear you. How can I save you better moving forward? How do you want me to save you? I'm not putting a judgment into the conversation. So I'm helping that person to understand that I'm here for them. But how do I, moving forward, how do I save them in order for them to be happy? How do I save them? How do I contribute to their happiness? That's all you can do. Nothing else. How do I save you, my queen, the king? How do I contribute to your happiness? Because I am where I am, guys, because someone contributed to my happiness. I do what I do because somebody contributed to my intelligence. Somebody contributed to everything that I do in life. So that's what life is. When we meet people, we are not there to rescue them. We are not there to judge them. Our job is to look at the situation. Okay, this is the situation that it is now. So how do I help this person moving forward? How can I help it? That's what you have to ask. Communicate. Ask, what do they desire you to do for them? How can I do for you to make me feel, to contribute to your feeling secure? Because they need to feel loved. And for me to feel what I'm feeling now, God had to contribute to my life. He had to contribute something. He had to show me, Nomsa, this is true love. This is what true love looks like to a human being. This is what true love looks like. Like he will be like, my love for you as my child is not like you don't have to give me anything in order for me to love you. The only thing you have to do is to obey my commandment. So when you are dating somebody who needs you the most in that relationship, your job is to become a cheerleader. Your job is to become a mentor. If you are a woman, you mentor your man. A man, you listen because you are an architect. A man has ideas. A man, he designs. A man is a designer. He's an architect. He designs the foundation of life. He teaches. He's a teacher. Every man is a teacher. He teaches his family how to live by family, the principles of life in the family. So the principles of life you can teach that woman. If you are dating a woman who is with self-doubt, teach that woman the principles of life. How to handle, the principles of life is for her to understand that, honey, how you lived before, it wasn't perfect, but you can still rewrite your story. You don't have to live in that story with your parents, with your bullies at school, with those your exes that rejected you. You don't have to stay in that place. You can still rewrite your own story. Become the woman that you are meant to become. Man, you can still become a man that you were created to be. But that requires you to want it. It requires you to be hungry for change in your life. If, like myself, if you watch my videos, if you look at my journey of life, there were times where I didn't feel confident about myself. And I've never hid that. When I'm feeling insecurity, I did the 30-day challenge, confident wise, with Matthew Hazy. And if you go back and watch my videos, you can watch my insecurities. If somebody comes and criticizes me, I'll be jumpy, like feeling like I have to defend myself. But now I don't feel that way anymore. If somebody criticizes me, I take that critiques, I receive that critiques, I deal with it, I sleep on it, and I know that everything is going to work out just fine. Depends with that critics whether it's to put me down or is to help me to build myself. So those are the things that, guys, in life we have to understand. So communicate with your spouse. Give them reassurance. People with self-doubt often question their worth, regularly strength, authenticity, and specific compliment them. When you compliment that person, it can go along the way. If they're wearing nice clothes or getting up in the morning, tell them they're beautiful. Tell them how you feel. Very often, it's the little things that changes someone's life. I am where I am today, guys. I always tell people that I meet that I am where I am today because somebody took me there. I'm alive today. I would have died 2016 because of human blood sacrifice. But I'm alive because someone dedicated their lives to help me. There were people that I never knew. I'm from Africa. There were English people who dedicated their lives to help me, to teach me how to get out of human blood sacrifice. There are African people who dedicated their lives, the nations, these people, they teamed up wanting to help me because God put them in my path. I did not survive because I was smart, because I was better than anybody. I think my craziness contributed to my survival because in order to survive the human blood sacrifice and to survive Satan, you got to be, Satan does not understand the word of be like kindness. He understands violence. So you have to be somebody who speaks the words of healing, the words of building life. You have to be firm. It's like when you are in a battleground with a lion, the lion will be wanting to eat you. Then you have to survive. In order to survive, you cry, you can't survive. But you have to find ways to get out so you don't get eaten by the lion. So you have to find the survival. That's how my life was. When I looked at people and they're telling me that you're going to have to learn to do this, I was like, are you kidding me? So I am where I am today, guys, watching my videos because somebody stepped into my life. And they dedicated their lives without me giving them money or anything. They dedicated their lives to keep me safe, to help me become the person that I am today. So when you are in a relationship, You are there to empower your woman. You are there. You're not a rescuer. You are there to empower your men. You are there to help your men grow, become that man he's meant to be. That is if they want. Most of the time, guys, like people spend time talking. They spend time gossiping. People spend time judging. If I can tell you how many times I myself been judged by those people that I have meant to help them, but when I enter the room, they judge me and I end up not helping them. So all I'm saying to you is when somebody comes to you, or when you are dating somebody, you see that this person has insecurity. Number one question that you need to ask yourself, because God works in so many ways. God will put somebody in your path because he knows you are the one that is meant to help that person become who they want to become. I saw it with my own life. I was put in people's path for them to help me. I was put in these pastors' path. And I thought they were just there, but they were just there to play a role for me to survive. They were not there. So any relationship that you enter, whether it's business, sometimes you get put in a path where people, they have to rip you off because the part of you is staying in stagnation. In order for Gary to shake you up, he's going to have to bring somebody who is evil to do evil in you. So you understand how to get up and do things and find that success that you need. I have gone through that. I've gone through when I get up in one day and somebody had wiped out my bank account. I gone to my business account, my account is empty. And then I look at it, I'm like, what is going on? But I don't scream. I don't like say, why, God, why am I going through this? Why am I going through that? And I find that when I actually look into the positivity, that's when my life gets promoted. And sometimes, guys, I tell God and I'm like, God, that's how you work. You have to put me through pain in order for me to find the breakthrough. That's how it works. Sometimes we have to go through, sometimes we have to help, we have to go to a path where we have to help somebody. And when we do help that person and get nothing in return, and this is where the glory, the blessings of God comes in. I didn't understand until I ask these guys like what they were helping me. I was like, why are they helping me? But there were people that were in my life, guys. That's why all I can tell you is sometimes the family members cannot help you. So that's why it's truly important when a woman enters your life. Ask yourself this question: how do I serve this woman to become the best version of herself? That is, if that woman wants to become a best version of herself. How do I, women, ask yourself when a man enters your life, they're ordinary, they're this, they're that. Look at them, their foundation, where they've been. And then you ask yourself, ask them, how do I serve you for you to become a better version of yourself? But some people don't ask their spouse those questions. They can either, if a spouse stop making makeup, they actually follow the useless things. Makeup, you got to look like a model. A woman has to do this, a woman has to do that, a man has to wear skinny jeans in order for them to say, look at them, wear skinny jeans. And then if he does not wear skinny jeans, he is not a good man. If he does not drive a nice car, he is not a good man. Sometimes God will give you a billionaire that is filled with self-doubt, that is filled with fear. In order for you to take your life to that step, you need this ordinary man, you need this ordinary woman, because that woman carries the light, the glory. And that light, you need it to take your life to the next level. But some people don't know, they disrespect when they meet somebody, they will gossip, they will tell, they will backslide, they will backstab their spouse, and they will disrespect their spouse, they will do this. But our job is to empower each other. So I'm not sharing you guys this story because I want you guys to actually listen to Nomsa or anything. I'm talking from experience. I have gone through experience myself. I've gone through things but I am where I am today because someone saw something greater in me. And someone saw that there was beauty in me. And I remember, guys, I can tell you when my life was filled with, I hadn't lost hope, but I was filled with confusion. I was confused. When I got told that I was under human blood sacrifice, I went into a confusion.com. I was so confused. Why would somebody want to kill me for fame? Why would my family member want to take my life? I couldn't understand it. But the man that I was dating, he couldn't help me. So I need you guys to understand how God works. God knows the destiny. He knows in order for you to get to a certain stage of life, you need a certain person. But my spouse was never going to help me to survive. No, he wasn't. He wasn't the angel of God that was going, everybody's an angel, but he wasn't going to help me to survive. He had his own part that he needed to play. But when it comes to teaching me how to live my life, how to survive that pain that I was presented with, I needed certain people. And those people came to teach me different things in life. The English guy, the English pastor, his job was to bring the best in me. It was to coach me of my character. But he did not do anything. He was like every single day, Nomsa, you know who you are. His job was, you know who you are. I was like, I got confused. I was like, you know who I am. Who am I, by the way? Then I had to go back from my childhood. And then when I had to go back from my childhood, that's when I got the answers. Who am I? And why these people want to sacrifice my life? And when I got to that moment, he dedicated his life. We had 1 hour once a week, 1 hour twice a week, where I'll meet him, go to silent, no talking, just soaking, no talking, just silent, meditating. No talking or no motivational talk, nothing. Just me and the other people, we meditate. And then I had another woman. We meet once a week. we read the Bible, how to memorize the Bible, translating the Bible, how the Bible works. I had another guy. Now, this one, we were dealing with the bloodline iniquity, the forgiveness, my ancestors. I'm telling you my story so, guys, you can understand that not every person that you meet, they have to be you have to rescue them. Or if you meet your spouse, if there is a part in your spouse that you cannot play, don't force it. My spouse's job there in that moment, it was for him to provide financially. That was his job, and to keep me safe. But for me, my job, I was the weapon. The weapon that for me to fight my battles, it was within me. Everybody else, they would have done whatever they could to help me, guys, moving forward with my life and finding that breakthrough, coming alive. But without my desire, it wouldn't have happened. But it happened because I had to realize that I am the weapon of survival. And God is my armor. I am the weapon, but God is my armor. He brings me laws of weapon to give me strength, to keep me safe, to make sure that I am safe. He gives me love. And that's all I needed. But somebody had to teach me to do that. So that's why I chose this topic for you guys. So if you are dating a woman who is filled with fear and insecurity, but if it's really, really bad, they have to go through professionals. You can't deal with that person. But if it's normal insecurity and they fear, your job, you have to understand, what's my job? What's my assignment with this person? And sometimes your assignment, it might not be to help them. You might have to support them, go to a therapist with them to support them. So for me, I knew that my spouse, when I was in the room, and everybody else telling me what their assignment, what they are meant to do in order for me to survive that human blood sacrifice. I had 2 kids, I had 2 children. I've got 2 girls. And those girls, they needed me. And at the same time, I realized that these people, they want to help me. And if I help myself, if I don't help myself, I ain't going to survive. So I had to understand that I am the weapon of survival, and God is my armor. He brings every weapon that I need. So I had to ask them, tell me what I need to do in order to survive. They told me what I needed to do. All I needed was to follow the instructions. And I followed those instructions. And when I followed those instructions, I survived. But when I survived, my life was never the same. My life changed completely because I came to understand the secret about my life that no one has ever figured out about their lives. I came to find out some people have figured out their lives, but I was one of those people who didn't know who I was as a person. So after that, I had to ask myself, why would somebody go all this way, the effort, wanting to take my life? So I had to understand what kind of what do I carry as a human being? Who am I as a human being? But I had to say, okay, I must be carrying something greater than I thought I was carrying. But then I had to understand that on my own, I cannot be who I wanted to become. And I had to thank every person that contributed into my life. And now I had to focus on one man, which is God. Because without God, I cannot be the person that I want. And that's when I had to use God as my father, my everything, my all in order for me to be where I am today. So I'm sharing this with you guys because some people may find it the wrong way or how they need to